It's been a while since I talked about underrated fighting games. Last time, we discussed about 2 Naruto Gekito Ninja Taisen games. We also talked that anime games back in the day had potential, yet somehow were lost in the shuffle since not a lot of people knew about it. In this video, we are going to cover another really good fighting game from another popular anime series, Gundam. Now, Gundam fighting games go way back to the early 90s. The first proper Gundam fighting game was Mobile Suit Gundam for the arcades, released in 1993. The game was developed by Alumer and published by Banpresto. The following year, an updated version of the game was released for the arcades as well, called Mobile Suit Gundam EX Review. In a glimpse, Mobile Suit Gundam EX Review looks like a Gundam version of Street Fighter 2. I mean, just looking at the character selection screen and also the versus card, you can immediately tell this looks like Street Fighter 2. Since Street Fighter 2 back in the day was the biggest arcade fighting game at the time, so of course other fighting games would try to emulate it. Banpresto's parent company Bandai published another Gundam fighting game in the same year for the Super Famicom called Kido Butoden G Gundam. This game marks the first ever Gundam fighting game to be ported to a Japanese exclusive home console. In 1996, Gundam Wing Endless Duel was released for the Super Famicom. The game was developed by Natsume and published by Bandai. For this game, Natsume used the same engine and gameplay mechanics from the game that came before it, which was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Fighting Edition. Much like G Gundam, Endless Duel was a Japanese exclusive since it was only released for the Super Famicom. Following the release of the PS1, Natsume and Bandai developed a new Gundam fighting game for the system called Gundam the Battle Master. This game was released in 1997 as the very first Gundam fighting game for the PS1. However, much like their previous games, this was only released in Japan. Now, Gundam the Battle Master features gameplay that is not like any other popular 2D fighting games at the time. Bandai and Natsume wanted to have a more Gundam feel in the gameplay instead of your usual Street Fighter clone. Some of the most notable features for Gundam the Battle Master includes the following. Mobile suit movement is realistically slow, as if you are actually controlling a giant robot. Armor from specific body parts of the mobile suit can be damaged to expose the inner structure. Health bars were omitted. Instead, they were replaced with temperature bars. Now, for a game that came out in 1997, the sprite works look really impressive. You can see a lot of details were added in each and every mobile suit design. In 1998, a sequel was released called Gundam the Battle Master 2. In this game, Bandai and Natsume opted to change the gameplay system so that it resembled most traditional 2D fighting games. The changes were made most likely due to the first game not being well received. One of the major changes is that the game went back on using health bars instead of temperature bars. Now, both Battle Master games were released only in Japan. It was not until the year 2000 that Bandai decided to release the second Battle Master game for the Western audience. Thus, the very first Gundam Battle Assault game was born. At the time, the anime series Gundam Wing had gained popularity with the Western audience. To cash in with the popularity of Gundam Wing, Bandai changed the storyline and mobile suit pilots to represent the anime series even more. Hiro Yui, who was the main character of Gundam Wing anime, became the main protagonist of this game, replacing the original Battle Master 2 protagonist. Moreover, one of the mobile suits in the original Battle Master 2, Hama Hama, was replaced with Wing Gundam. 2 years after the release of Gundam Battle Assault, a sequel was released called Gundam Battle Assault 2. As the title of this video suggests, this is the game that we are going to cover. Now, as an overall game, Gundam Battle Assault 2 plays very similar to its previous titles, with improvements of course. However, I specifically select this game because it has the largest roster. Let's go over the gameplay mechanics first. This game plays very similar to your average 2D fighting game. You got square for light punch, triangle for strong punch, X for light kick, and circle for strong kick. You can combine certain button commands to conduct special attacks, typical of your Street Fighters. Let's use Burning Gundam here for example. First of all, you will notice a number just right below the health bar. Now, this number represents how much ammo your character has. To fire your gun, you press either down forward square or down forward triangle. Once your ammo reaches 0, you are not able to fire your gun anymore. Another special attack is the saber. To release Burning Gundam's saber, you press either forward down back square or forward down back triangle. Unlike most attacks, the saber is unblockable, so if your opponent releases a saber, you would have to dodge it, unless you are using Hydro Gundam that is, which he has the ability to block every types of attack, including the saber. Individual mobile suits have their own unique special attacks as well. With Burning Gundam here, he can unleash the Burning Finger when you press down back square or down back triangle. You can break your opponent's defense in this game as well. If your opponent is constantly blocking like crazy, all you need to do is to get close to him and hit the triangle button to stun him. Once he is stunned, you'll have an opening to attack him with any attacks that you want. Last of all, you will notice 3 red blocks below your health bar. These red blocks represent the number of ultimate attacks that you are able to do. You can only use 3 ultimate attacks in one match, so you need to use them wisely. To trigger an ultimate attack, press down front and 2 attack buttons together. For example, down front square and triangle, where Burning Gundam releases Sekiha Tenkyoken. Now that we've talked about the basics of the game, let's dive into the gameplay. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this will not be a full review or a full walkthrough. This is only to showcase all of you lovely people out there of fighting games that you may not know about. So, let's get into the robot! Alright, here we are with the gameplay of Gundam Battle Assault 2. Now, before I begin with any gameplay, I would like to go over the menu screen here first. First of all, you got Street Mode. Now, this is basically the story mode of the game. As you guys can see here, you can only play as 8 characters instead of the entire roster. Now, the total characters in the roster of this game is 30. You got versus CPU, which is the one we're going to play, versus 2-player, Time Attack A and Time Attack B. Now, Time Attack here is the closest thing to an actual arcade mode of this game. Unlike Street Mode, in Time Attack, you can play as any character that you like, okay? Same goes with Survival. You can play as any character that you like. As the name suggests, Survival is survival. You fight multiple enemies until you're dead. We're gonna go with versus CPU, as usual. Now for this game, instead of 2 matches, we're gonna play 3 matches just to make the video a bit longer. As you guys can see here, we have 30 characters in total. Now, back in the day, I used to play this a lot with my cousins. We usually have mini tournaments, or a big tournament, depends on how many people were playing this game. Now, every time we play this game, 2 players or multiplayer, the top characters here, which are the boss characters, are banned. Okay, you are not allowed to play any of these characters because they're overpowered, they're oversized, and so on. The only boss character that you are allowed to play is Gundam Epion, okay? Because compared to the other bosses, he's the most balanced, okay? It is what it is. Now, we're gonna pick... Let's pick the original Gundam first, for a start. We're gonna fight... What am I gonna fight? Let's fight Gundam Maxter. Okay, which stage? I like this stage. Look at those sprite works, it's absolutely amazing, isn't it? Okay, here we go. quick. Now you die! His ultimate move, the Gundam Hammer, takes a lot of damage. Like, one hit of that Gundam Hammer, that costs 1 overheat for your opponent. Okay, second match. Let's pick Wing Gundam this time. We're gonna fight. Who am I gonna fight? Let's fight Sazabi. Oh, lag. Sorry about that. The APSXE constantly likes to do that.
Ready?
Ooh, the graphics, I really love it. It's getting intense. One more. If my gameplay kinda suck, forgive me, okay? It's been quite a while since I actually played this game. I will punish all who interfere. Yeah. Back in the day, I was a pro in this game. Believe it or not, I was a really pro player in this game, okay? The last time I actually played this was like a couple of years ago. I can't remember, so forgive, I'm still a little rusty with this game, so my apologies if you think my gameplay suck. Okay? Okay, one more match. I'm gonna pick my favorite character, Tallgeese 3. We're gonna fight Sandrock. The music in this game is also really good. One of the most underrated video game music ever.
Ready?
I love his ultimate attack, the Mega Cannon. Really, really effective one. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry. Okay, that's it. We have 3 matches to play, and now back to the video. There you have it, folks, your quick dose of Gundam Battle Assault 2. Now, Gundam Battle Assault 2 is not going to be the only Gundam fighting game that I'm going to cover in this channel. I do plan to cover other Gundam fighting games as well, since I do believe they are also really good fighting games. Also, I am planning to cover other Bandai games as well, so you can expect that from this channel. So that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys think of this video? What are your thoughts on Gundam Battle Assault 2? Did you think the game is good or not? Let me know in the comments below. With that being said, this is me, Profar. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give me a thumbs down. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.